Hi, Mark Anderson here, mortgage banker at Paramount Bank. Continuing to shoot daily videos as we are in some of the best rates that we've seen in a long time. I just want to keep folks apprised of the market movements and just kind of some general thoughts on strategy. Whether you're refinancing or purchasing, you are accessing some of the lowest rates we've ever seen, ever. What we've seen over the past couple days is that pricing has started to move back up. The question becomes, if you maybe started the process of looking at your refinance options last week and you were mulling things over, kicking around different scenarios, talking to multiple lenders, you're now going to be in a position that I know is disappointing because the rates are just not as good as they were last week. So the question becomes, what do you do? The way that I would recommend looking at it is, if you're in a situation right now where, based on today's rates, you can save a significant amount of money on your payment, you can reduce your interest rate significantly, you can pay, maybe you're looking at a no-cost scenario if that's what makes the most sense for you. If you can do that, my recommendation is to go ahead and lock. There is no guarantee, with as unprecedented as this rate movement has been, there is no guarantee that the rates are going to come back down to where they were. Now, past patterns do not inform future results, and in this case, we are in totally unprecedented, uncharted territory. And so if any commentator on any news network says they know what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, next month, they don't. Nobody knows. And so what we have right now is a situation where I think that you need to do just a fairly common sense analysis of, is there an opportunity for you to save money right now? If the answer to that is yes, I think you should strongly consider locking in for that known result. Get your application in the door, get it closed. We can boo-hoo about losing out on the opportunity from last week. There is a possibility, of course, that the correction that we've seen over the past couple of days is going to reverse. There is a possibility that next week we're going to see better pricing than we have today, but there's no guarantee. So that's my advice on the subject. I think, long story short, what you need to do in any case is determine who you want to work with. I've got some clients that I've been talking to since last week. There are some of them that have gone ahead and locked because the savings are significant enough that it just makes sense to get that done. There are other clients that maybe it was a more of a marginal case. They're not dropping their rate by that much, but it made sense at those lower rates, and maybe it doesn't now. Well, what I'm able to do with them is to put them in a position where, if the rates do come back down to the levels that are going to work for them, I've got their application information, I've got their supporting documents, and I'm going to be able to click the button if and when that rate comes back. And they've basically pre-confirmed with me that that's the strategy that they want to take. But it really pays to have a loan officer that's working with you. So I would make your calls, figure out who you like, who has the best pricing. Hopefully that person is me. Feel free to reach out to me anytime, and I'm happy to structure a scenario for you. But that's what things are doing right now. It's very unpredictable. So I'd recommend finding a partner that can work with you, structure a scenario. And if it doesn't really make sense for you to do it right now, determine in advance what's the rate at which it does make sense for you. And maybe have a standing order with that loan officer to get that locked in when and if that comes around. What we see today in the market, if you look over here on the bottom left, what we've got is a reprice summary. Lenders today versus their rate sheets that they issued first thing this morning, which again, those rates were already worse than they were yesterday. We've got one lender that went better from their initial rate sheet, and we've got 21 that are worse than the initial rate sheet this morning. We have not had a good past few days as far as rate locks are concerned, as far as this movement. So if you have any questions, I am happy to talk to you anytime. Call me, text me, 314-599-0511. Thank you.